Almost.
Okay. Welcome back to Time with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. Sorry for the delay. We had a technical difficulty with StreamYard. Sometimes technology can be a pain in the butt, and that's all I'll say. But we're going to have the second half live for you as soon as we get it. But we have a new guest. We have Caleb Skinner. Multiple shows on Unwrapped. So you want to tell us some of the shows you're on?
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be back in it, boys. It's been a while since I've been on some Unwrapped stuff. I've been busy, man, with the move and then trying to get my life adjusted to everything that's going on. But after the move, that is. But huge day of NFL football, man. It's been exciting. I'm excited to watch, this game that's going on right now. I'm very pumped for it. Niners scored there at the end of the half, so it was just a shock to me. I didn't even realize, that the Niners scored. So pretty interesting game that we're going to have here in the second half. Pretty pumped about it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Just some reactions to the earlier games today. I mean, or actually, no, let's do what Matt does. Overreactions for week 3. So I said earlier that Trevor Lawrence will not be 2 years in the league. He'll be done after 2 years.
Yeah, and then I threw in the Steelers will finish for the first time in Tomlin's career below 500. Let's hear from you, Caleb, our special guest. If you were to select any overreactions from week 3, what would it be?
Overreaction might not be as big of an overreaction as most people might think, but I think an overreaction to the Bucs loss is probably a big thing that most people will overreact to. A lot of people are going to kind of pinpoint that, especially in the mainstream media, that, Tampa's not ready. Tampa doesn't quite have what they have last year and all that. But you have to look at the LA Rams ultimately over that game. In my opinion, they're a good damn football team. Bringing in Matthew Stafford is huge for them. Being able to push the ball downfield, which they weren't able to do in the past with Goff, unfortunately, very, I don't even know what to say, very, subtle play calling by Sean McVay with Jared Goff at the helm, but being able to open up the field, push the ball downfield with Matthew Stafford there, they're a damn good football team, and they're not somebody to mess around with. And the whole thing is, I think there's going to be a lot of overreaction, in the mainstream media when it comes to the Bucs and Tom Brady, especially, for that to happen. So I see that as something that you don't necessarily need to overreact to. Something else I would say is the Ravens, going up against Detroit, that's kind of a minor thing there as well. But the Ravens are dealing with a lot of injury issues right now. So, but mainly don't overreact to what the outcome of the LA Rams Tampa Bay game was.
Yeah. By the way, I will give another overreaction here, Wise Cheese. And I don't think this is too much of an overreaction, but I think Justin Tucker is the greatest kicker of all time, in my opinion. This guy is automatic 99.9% of the time. He's a stud. He hits it from long range and completely automatic. And we've seen there from 66 yards, only he could have the leg to do that in NFL history. So I'm going to say Justin Tucker is the greatest kicker of all time, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, I want to say that's too far of overreaction. I think you have a great point there. I will say if I were to add another, I guess, overreaction for week 3, I'll even look through some more games just to get a clear cut picture for an overreaction for week 3. I would honestly say, as of this point, I mean, we had a lot of good games that went down, but an overreaction for week 3 would have to be the Kansas City Chiefs will not win the AFC West. The Raiders will. We're going overreactions for week 3. Give me an overreaction. The Raiders, division winners, and the Chiefs will not win the division.
By the way,
so yeah, it was a little bit. You see, I took it from a little bit of a different perspective. So I completely understand that. I don't think the Chiefs are. I'm right there with you, Cheese. I don't think the Chiefs are necessarily the favorites to win that.
No, absolutely. It's going to be a tight division for sure this year.
I mean, hey, just think. The Kansas City Chiefs are in last place.
And by the way, I think one of my overreactions from week 1 may actually happen. I still believe that Urban Meyer will be let go of his job by the end of this year because they've been so utterly horrendous, even for Jaguar, type play.
Going against that there for you, Ben. I mean, they hung in there for at least 3 quarters.
I mean, but this is supposed to be your new franchise quarterback, and only 2 other quarterbacks in history have gone 3 of their first games throwing 2 or more picks.
But those 3 QBs,
but they're also
QBs turn in Hall of Famers.
Marcus Mariota?
No, they're both Hall of Famers, actually. It's Troy Aikman and Peyton Manning. That's the only thing that goes against my argument, that they're both Hall of Famers.
And I think what sucks with Jacksonville as well is they've lost 18 straight games dating back to last year. They were 1-0 against the Colts. They lose 15 straight. They get their news franchise godsend and Trevor Lawrence. Some people call him Sunshine. I just call him Trevor Lawrence or Joe Burrow's daddy. Well, Joe Burrow pretty much owns him. I'll say that. I think Joe Burrow's going to own him on Thursday Night Football. That's a topic for another day. But then to follow it up, you're 0-3, pretty much throwing multiple interceptions each game. And, you lost 18 straight. And what makes me feel bad is it doesn't look like there's an end in sight. You got the Bengals, then you got the Titans, maybe the Dolphins, maybe. Well, I mean, that's hard to pick right there. And then after your bye week, you're pretty much hit with the death. You're pretty much hit with the gulag in the next 4 weeks. You want to hear who the Jaguars play the next 4 games after the bye week?
Of course.
It's not gonna be easy for them, but I mean, the fact that they put up a fight tonight or like today, excuse me, like they tried, and they say like everybody wants to be down on the Jaguars, but they gave it a hell of a fucking shot, in my opinion. Like
they did. They kept it close. I will say
against a very good Cardinals team.
I will say I loved. Is it just me or is it beautiful to hear Gus Johnson calling NFL football again? Because for those of you guys who don't know, Gus Johnson, he's a big college football caller.
An amazing play call on that 109-yard, field goal return for a touchdown by the Jags.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was thinking about Moose Johnson. No, I like Gus Johnson. I was going to say no, but I was like, no, that's Moose Johnson.
Oh, no.
If Daryl Johnson, as other people call him, the NFL color commentator for the Fox Network.
No, I was going the legendary Gus Johnson. The one who brings the flair and the energy.
Yeah, no, now I agree. That was pretty cool. So we got the second half, and when Caleb comes back, because I think he cut out there for a minute, I want to ask him about his Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because I was also in this position in 2018 where we're just coming off a Super Bowl title, and then we lose. And I want to see where his mindset is with that. Do you panic right away, or you just keep trucking?
I honestly say you keep on trucking. We also have a Go Pack Go in the chat by my mother. Shout out.
Hello, Mrs. Scora.
As they are up 17-7, and it looks like they are about to kick off the second half. The only thing I would be concerned with for the Packers now is that you allow the touchdown as the half expires, and then the Niners get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
So now if the Niners get another touchdown, bam, your lead is only to 3 when it could have been 17-0.
By the way, I made a take today, which I may take back a little bit, but not too much. I said that the San Francisco 49ers will be in last place in the NFC West. Now, taking a look at that Seahawks result today, that was bad. But there's still a chance for them to be in last place. I don't think they're that good. And I know my fellow Unwrapped Sports Network peers have said otherwise. I'm not going to name names, but you know who you are. And if you want to hop on, please do. We can argue that point. But I just don't think they're that good. And the Packers really showed it today, or showing it right now. By the way, what is LaFleur flipping out about, Matt?
Matt LaFleur?
Yeah. He just flipped out right on TV, right at the refs.
I would honestly say it'd probably be the end of the play at the half, because it looked like Preston Smith had the sack on Garoppolo, and it looked like it had to be intentional grounding or a fumble, but instead they called it incomplete with 2 seconds left. Hence why Trey Lance was able to score a touchdown as time expires. That would be the only thing I would see LaFleur being pissed about, just because you have the opportunity to go up, 17-0 or 17-3, and instead it's 17-7, and the Niners have the ball.
But by the way, I mean, Green Bay's been pretty dominant so far. Jimmy G does a pump fake there, and good yardage. It'll be 3rd down and 1 with the run from Trey Sermon with 14:10 left to go. I don't see anything right now that has the Niners for me in this game. They looked really bad, in my opinion, like they have the past 2 weeks.
They have looked a little slow out of the gate. One thing is for certain, the momentum is slowly changing. As we have on another special guest, the one and only Ethan Carbone. Ethan, how are you doing this fine Sunday Night Football?
I'm good. I just hopped out of the shower because it was halftime. I figured why not join Ben's show because I know how much he loves me.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It is definitely all love around these corners as Trey Lance sneaks in, gets a first down for the 49ers as they are slowly moving the ball down the field as they are down on their own 28-yard line with Jimmy Garoppolo throwing it out to, it looks like Deebo Samuel, who makes a big play as they move it down near midfield. So the 49ers offense is starting to get rolling.
And by the way, Ethan, I texted you earlier today about this debate we've had between the 49ers and the Packers. I love when I get proven right. I love it when I get proven right. Honestly.
It's not over until the fat lady sings.
That is true. I feel your 12 more fantasy points will be on the way soon. Not sure when, but it will be on the way.
Yeah. Along with Rodgers, can we get Robbie Gould getting those 12 more as well? I'm all in for the 49ers to make a couple 50-yard kicks this half.
You're depending your fantasy faith on a kicker, Ethan?
You know what? I'd rather have my fantasy faith in a kicker like Robbie Gould than any Eagles player.
Oh. Ben, how do you feel?
Who knows? I'm not wrong.
No. I just think he's being funny right now. By the way, the Bears that you're talking about suck.
Oh, they suck. Oh, my God. Matt Nagy needs to go soon because I think my friend may or may not have found a way to start mailing him. So I'm either going to try and get him on a show or I'm not sure what my friend's going to do. I want to get him on my show, though.
When Ethan finds people's mailing addresses, phone numbers, or anything, that's never a good thing for that person.
Never a good thing. You're in big trouble. And then we also have a embarrassing. I want to say it's too embarrassing. I mean, the Bears. I will say, though, Justin Fields was set up to fail, if we're quite honest here. You got to versus the Browns front. Your very first start. You got Myles Garrett, Javian Clowney. You're bound to fail.
My boys at the Golden Hour podcast backing me up here. By the way, that's also a show on the Unwrapped Sports Network featuring Jack Morgan and Drew Stahl.
Definitely is. One thing that makes me very nervous is the 49ers have been moving it here in the second half. It's now another first down as they're moving it closer to the red zone. This is the one exact fear that I had coming out of the second half is just the 49ers just kicking it into gear. Just in the second half of football, you get the touchdown to end that first half. You started off with the second half. Now you're in position to go for any points, field goal or a touchdown, and you're just slowly cutting the deficit.
Trey Sermon has really been establishing the run in this drive, and that's a really good sign for the 49ers because that's pretty much their whole playbook is through the run. And with the run, that opens up other opportunities elsewhere, Wow, I sounded my Delco accent came so much through that take. It was so funny. But yeah, first and 10, 17-7. It was a flip pass to, I believe, Deebo Samuel. And
luckily, the defense made a decent stop there. Luckily.
And by the way, Ethan, you know who has the black screen right now? Who has joined us in the second half?
Why do you think I decided to join? I wanted to go see my co-host that hasn't been there in a month.
And that's why you joined. I thought you joined to mess with me.
No, I can do that any other day. I just love joining.
Nah,
the
he
show.
joined. He probably joined to either poke fun at the cheesehead or just to pass a good conversation.
Yeah, I like
You,
having
you,
good
you would be
conversations.
you would be surprised at Eagles versus Packer ratio jokes from Ethan. Like seriously.
I mean,
Well,
one thing I will say is the Packers did dominate the Eagles last year, Week 13. I will give you that. We did. We did some work.
My top 3 favorite teams: number 1 Bears, number 2 Patriots, and number 3 Texans.
Okay.
I loved Matt Schaub. That's the only reason why it's the Texans. Of all the players to like on that team, it was Matt Schaub.
Also a Philly boy.
Oh,
All right, Aaron
man.
Foster.
Damn. I was gonna say you could also maybe throw in Andre Johnson.
Well, no, obviously I liked him, Aaron Foster, Matt Schaub. But like Matt Schaub, I just loved him as a quarterback for some reason.
Why is this Packers defense dog water? Like how do you let Deebo Samuel get wide open?
Wait, are they
That's
in
a
field
good
goal range? Are they in field goal range yet?
They're first and goal range.
All right, come on, Packers. I need you to hit whoever the quarterback is. All right, I want you guys to hit Garoppolo as hard as you can without making him fumble.
By the way, fun fact
I'll try
about fun fact about Matt Schaub for a minute while they set up the next play. By the way, first and goal. I'll do it after this. They hand it off to Samuel, and actually that's not Samuel. No, it is Samuel. That is correct. So Matt Schaub went to Westchester East High School. Another quarterback was also supposed to go to Westchester East High School. He then transferred, but also made it to the NFL. Name that quarterback. He still plays in the league.
Yeah, no, we've talked about this before. I just forget the guy's name.
Matty Ice, perhaps?
Yep, that's it.
Matt Ryan would have attended the same high school as Matt Schaub.
Yeah, the more you know. And the 49ers, they've had a long drive. They did a timestamp on the drive. So far, they've been on the field for 7 minutes and 15 seconds as they're set out now. 3rd and goal down at the Green Bay Packers around 8-yard line. We have Jimmy Garoppolo back to pass. Garoppolo throwing, and it is caught by none other than Brandon Ayuk for the touchdown, 49ers. And just like that, they have cut the deficit to 4 points.
I believe that's the first TD that Ayuk had all year, if I'm correct.
Yes, that is correct. And only for the Packers defense would he allow that to happen.
Mm-hmm. That is unfortunate because that's making my take go to the ground. I need you guys. Like, I am rooting for you, Matt. I'm rooting for this Packers team to win.
I know you are.
Oh, no, I don't care who wins as long as Robbie Gould gets me 13 total fantasy points.
Well, so far he's got 2.
Yep. We need a 40-yard, a 50-yard, and another 40-yard field goal.
All right, Packers defense, you heard it here. Just hold them to 9 points. The rest of the game, all field goals.
Yeah. If I were Aaron Rodgers, Matt, I would try to go for a touchdown right now.
Yes, you have to.
Take all the momentum. Yeah.
Here, even better. A Robbie Gould trick play, reception, touchdown for 99 yards.
Ethan, in this take right now, nobody asked about your fantasy. Okay, so let me finish my take.
Hey, it could be doable, though. You
It
never know what happens.
It could be. Okay, but aside from Ethan's fantasy preferences, I think that they need to take all the momentum away from San Francisco. And by doing that, they need to have a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. You are absolutely correct. We have to stop them. There's no way. We have to get a touchdown. There's no other option. Ethan mentioned somebody needs 12 fantasy points from Aaron Rodgers. Just get a quick touchdown, and we're chilling. Mm-hmm. That's all I ask. We have to get points now. Now, this is a test on Matt LaFleur. We've seen when the other team gains momentum, he folds like a turtle, a.k.a. week 1 against the Saints.
Yeah.
When the Saints had momentum, we fumbled and crumbled under pressure.
But
now the momentum is starting to get on the San Francisco side where they've got two unanswered touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Matt LaFleur and the Packers, how are you going to come back and how are you going to rally knowing that you just had 7.5 minutes of watching your defense get demoralized. Now you got to come back and at least get a touchdown. I mean, field goal I'd be okay with. Would it suck? Yeah, but you know what? Points are points, but have to get a touchdown here. Keep it a 10-point lead, and we'll be chilling.
By the way, while we're in the commercial break, Ethan, do you want to do any shout outs for your shows and stuff in the network?
Yeah, sure. Check out at _creating madness on Instagram, at ATR Madness on Twitter. We're posting good content. We spent 10 total hours on the episode that's coming out Wednesday. That's a lot of work. Please check that out. And then also check out NFL Deep Dive with Philip. And I think Saturday standouts, as long as Caleb's still wanting to do that.
Was the first plug very backhanded? That felt very backhanded, Mr. Carbone.
No, that wasn't backhanded. I'm just saying we spent 10 hours on that.
I felt you looked at me when you said that's a lot of work.
Oh, and Ethan, while you're on here, what are your overreactions for week 3?
Well, that Matt Nagy is the worst coach in Chicago since 2000, at least. And obviously that's a huge overreaction. But, I hate Nagy right now.
I think the entire city of Chicago hates Matt Nagy at the moment.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I was in love with his kicker at one point. His kicker was pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty accurate.
Yeah, pretty accurate. Knew exactly what angle hit the crossbars.
Yeah, double doink.
Yep.
Oh, it's just too.
And just think, they once had Robbie Gould.
Yes, that they did have. Let's see.
Oh yeah. A nice handoff to Aaron Jones as he gains about 7 yards. Yeah, 2nd down and 3 for the Green Bay Packers as our linebacker for the Packers is out. Chris Barnes is out with a concussion. Josh Norman is out. The guy who Derrick Henry sunned last year.
What? Does Ethan want to take my show away from me?
Maybe.
That inside joke there. That was funny. Did the game restart, Matt? If we can get a game update real quick.
Yes, it did. It is 3rd down and 1 for the Green Bay Packers. About 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Big 3rd down here for both sides. For the 49ers, if he can get another stand, that momentum will fully swing on your side. And for the Packers here, have to get this 3rd down, keep the drive alive, and, let's see what happens.
Come on, pick 6.
By the way, Ethan, did I tell you I'm projected to put up 200 points against Connie?
Oh, my.
Good.
And you and Matt are actually interlocked in a matchup right now in the Dynasty League.
Oh, believe me, I know. Believe me, I'm very upset right now. Because for some reason, I'm like, you know what? I like Cordero Patterson this week because Dalvin Cook's out. All right, Deshaun Jackson. All right, I'm going to put up 20. Emmanuel Sanders, I'm going to put up 20. AJ Green, I'm going to put up 14. Let's see. What did Cordero Patterson do? He got me 13. What did Nelson Aguilar and Marvin Jones do? 2.7 and 9.2.
No, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, speaking of Matt, I'm actually planning on offering you a trade.
What's the trade?
Julio Jones and a first for Calvin Ridley.
Julio Jones. A first this year?
I figured, yeah.
Hmm.
I think I have first.
So we have a trade on air right now. This sways heavily, in my opinion.
Or you could do
in Ethan's favor.
Or you could do my entire, or you could do a first, a second, a third, and a fourth from 2023, along with Julio. But you have to throw in a second this year. You can either get my first round this year or 4 picks in 2 years.
What's Ethan's first round pick? Where is he going to projected to be?
I'm projected to win the league.
Ooh. Yeah, you have something to think about there, Wise Cheese.
I do have something to think about there.
I'm not the biggest fan of Julio right now, and I think that his value's decreased a little, so I have to throw in the picks because I think everyone knows that Julio's dynasty value is going to sink even more as the season goes on. So I want to get rid of him as soon as possible, and I feel if I add that first round in there, I think Mr. Big Cheese, Wise Cheese gets it.
Did you just say big cheese?
Yes.
You
Same thing.
All right, so we are in a commercial break, so we're going to do Bears Look In. Now, Ethan, for the whole commercial break, you get to rant about the Bears. Go ahead.
You might want to remove me. I don't think I'm allowed to say this stuff on air.
Well, say what you can.
Say stuff that's PG.
That's somewhat civil.
Matt Nagy deserves to be fired out of a cannon like in a circus across Lake Michigan.
And that's the clean stuff. All right, good to know.
I mean, he probably deserves. He's probably gonna get shot out of a cannon real quick. But who knows? It could be double doinks though on the way out.
Oh, that would be great. Unfortunately, we don't play the Bears this year. Else that would be fantastic. I would love that.
No, we will play you guys when we are in college, Ben, and I will be somewhere. I don't know where I'm going.
Ethan will be somewhere.
I would love to see
Youngstown.
I would love to see the day that the Eagles face off. Oh yeah, the Eagles face off against the Bears. I would love to see that one day. Granted, it did happen in the playoffs. Hence,
I want to see it one day where me and Ben actually know each other exist.
Yeah, that's true. We did know each other existed at that time.
Until you became my co-host, I had no idea you were in the network.
That's facts. No, the one time, I'll do an update for the game real quick. 5:52 in the third quarter. Same score. The way I found Ethan was in the network is Perry was saying the only two people under 18 that are left is Ben Hoyt and some dude named Ethan Carbone. I'm like, who that
dude?
I'm like, who the hell is that? And I said, I'm gonna go outbeat this kid. I'm gonna be the best under 18 person out there. And what? And then he said he was looking for a co-host, and I'm like, all right, bet. Let me see what this kid's made of. And he was pretty good. And we became friends pretty quick, and now we're sort of frenemies in a way.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we became even better friends based off each other's trauma. But yeah.
Yes.
Philadelphia and Chicago sports trauma, the best.
It got pretty bad on some phone calls. It was bad. But yes, going back, we're just at a commercial break. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth with the NBC broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
Same score, 17-14, 4:41 left to go. Jimmy G, 3 out wide. Pass from Jimmy G, and it hits the turf. Incomplete.
That's right. That was a great defensive stand by the Green Bay Packers, something that was needed in this game, and by none other than Mr. Preston Smith, as they highlight, as Chris Collinsworth is probably saying now, here's a guy who just rushed the quarterback. Yeah, he munched him.
If you have spare time, look up Joey Molinaro's Chris Collinsworth impressions. He has one where it's like Chris Collinsworth goes to Chick-fil-A. Well worth the watch.
Definitely is well worth the watch. And as we head to yet another commercial break, the Packers lead 17-14 with the offense coming back on the field. And hopefully the Green Bay Packers can score some points.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'll do my final Eagles look-in for the day as we go to the third quarter. As we're in commercial break. Again, Alec brought some great takes about being a Negadelphian by saying, Eagles are going to win 4 games. I don't think that's the case. I think we're going to have a really rough stretch where we have to play Dallas, we have to play Kansas City, and we have to play Tampa 3 games in the next 4 weeks with one in between. And then we even have to play Oakland afterwards. So that's a really rough stretch. But I see myself getting more than 4 wins. That seems pretty much impossible for me. I think we're better than that. We'll certainly not be the worst in the division, and I think we definitely have a chance to beat Dallas and Dak. We just need to stop the offense.
You know, one thing that I found out, I had no idea there was a team in Oakland.
Las Vegas.
I thought the first thing you would highlight would be the Las Vegas Raiders because you're going to be going to Vegas.
I will be
at that game.
I am going to the game, and I keep forgetting that they're not in Oakland anymore. That just sticks in my head. Especially
this is Vegas.
And I won't say the team name out loud, but I also remember the Washington football team as their original name.
Mm-hmm. I think everybody does.
So, yes, Las Vegas, I'll be at Allegiant Stadium, but that's also a tough game. That could be a future division winner there if Kansas City doesn't pull their head out of their tuchus.
I don't even know what word that was.
Yeah, Ben, never say that word again.
Tuchus?
Nobody in here understands what that word even means. You know, I bet whenever Caleb returns, I'll have you repeat that same exact word that you just said, and he'll give a grade on it, and you're probably going to get an F.
Yeah.
It is a Jewish term.
Ben, I know what it is.
A Jewish term?
Ben,
yes.
Shut up before I tell you another Jewish term.
Let's
hey, Ben,
see.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How many Penn players are starting on an NFL team this year?
Greg Van Roten, he's one. He's for the New York Jets, I believe. He's an offensive lineman.
All right. So
I know Justin Watson is on an NFL roster. He's on the Bucks. And then I know there's one more. He's a wide receiver. I think it's Brandon Copeland. I think that's 3.
You know what's fun?
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So I can just name 2 rookies that are starting. Nate Hobbs, who's cornerback number 2 for Las Vegas Raiders. Then you have Kendrick Green, who's the starting center for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is Penn people.
Yeah, this is Illinois.
Oh, this is Illinois. Never mind.
I'm just showing you that Illinois is a better football school than Penn.
Oh, my God, Ethan.
I mean, Illinois did beat a top 10 ranked Wisconsin team one year.
Yeah, 2 years ago. 3 years ago now.
You know what? I completely agree. I like when my football program shows up to the stadiums with half the seats in orange. Just half the seats full.
It's kind of hard because Illinois has no loyal football fan base and their new coaches are terrible. It's seeming looking like another depressing 5-year contract for an Illinois head coach. At least we have basketball and we got the Cockburn, so I'll take it.
I was going to say your basketball team in March Madness laid a giant goose egg.
Doesn't matter. I enjoy watching all college basketball.
Speaking of which, before we move on from college basketball, Penn has to play on the road at Caleb Skinner's Seminoles. So they'll be playing at Florida State. Then they also play a tournament in Myrtle Beach where they play Oklahoma, Utah State, yada, yada, yada. And they also play at Arkansas and home versus Nova.
Seminoles. So
yeah, we got a full cheesehead. Let's go.
And they also play a tournament in Myrtle Beach where they play Oklahoma, Utah State, yada, yada, yada. And they also
just heard you twice.
Yeah.
We got a full cheesehead.
And they also play a tournament in Myrtle Beach where they play Oklahoma, Utah State, yada, yada, yada.
Do we have an echo?
And they also
stand by. Okay, here we go. Just regrouping for a second. All right, let me try to unmute. Unmute the mic. Okay, there we go. All right, Jimmy, how's our reaction so far? Ooh, is this connection bad? Hold Hold on. Sorry, I have some technical difficulties for a hot second. Let's see if we get this in order. Stand by while we get that in order for a hot second. Right now, it is 2nd down and 4 for the Green Bay Packers as they are slowly moving the ball down the field. Jimmy, could you try and rejoin the link? See if you can re-click in. Okay, so he's gonna retry the link and see if that works. 2nd and 4. The Packers do another handoff. Most likely run it towards the end of the 3rd quarter as it is 3rd and short.
Technology has not been our friend tonight at all. But yes, as Matt says, that's our game update. Can we put up the scoreboard real quick? Watch these.
Yes, we most certainly can. Bam.
All right, so it's still Packers 17, Niners 14. Definitely a close game so far as I navigate back to my streaming app. And it is 3rd and 2. Speaking of which, you have another offensive line addition, Runyon. I think it's his 2nd year or his 1st year?
I believe 2nd year.
So, of course, he's also a Philly guy. Dad played for the Eagles, went to high school at St. Joe's Prep, as that may be pass interference there by Warner on Robert Tonyan. With 5 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, they may be drawing a pass interference penalty, and it is. Jerome Boger gives the signal, and the Packers got a big, big break.
Imagine how funny it would be if Jerome Boger all of a sudden got caught that he was betting on all the NFL games. And he pulled what happened with Tim Donahue my bad, of the from the NBA.
Jerome Boger's the dude though. He's the GOAT of referees.
Yeah, I know. Opinion. That's why I think it would be funny. Imagine having the main ref be accused of all that.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We are take 2. All right, Jimmy, how are we doing?
I'm feeling good. Sorry about that. I was having a little technical difficulties on my own. That was my bad. But I heard y'all talking about. I heard y'all talking about your favorite college teams and starting players, and I had to jump in. I thought I was going to jump in for the 4th quarter, but when y'all started talking about your teams, I had to say something about Louisville. I mean, we have I can't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but there's so many players from Louisville. I think we're the 2nd or 3rd most players in the league, right behind Alabama.
And, of course, some of the most famous Louisville players, none other than our favorite cornerback, Jair Alexander, Louisville product, and the fantastic running back out of Baltimore, Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely. And like I said, Devontae Parker's another good one that people forget about, that he's from Louisville. Even Sheldon Rankins, I love the dude. I know he's on a shitty team, but absolutely love the dude.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, how do you feel about the Packers' chances in this game so far? I mean, they were out in front early, and then the 49ers took the momentum and snuck back into it. You confident, not so confident? What is your feeling as a fellow cheesehead?
I think it comes down to the defense, really. Aaron Rodgers has been playing completely his best game, but I think that really, in the first half, I was really impressed with the defense. But after they came out of the locker room, I don't know what happened. It seemed like things started going backwards for them. So I'm hoping that they can pull it together and get this. But yeah, I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest.
As you probably 49ers
could be.
49ers are definitely a tough team, so you probably should. Definitely some other network members were hyping them up early on. So we're going back to the game as we're in commercial break. Matt and Jimmy, what are your big thoughts about the game so far, about the Packers, what they've done well and what they haven't?
I'll go first. One thing that I've been impressed with so far during this game has just been some of the big throws that Rodgers has made. During the first half, you saw big highlight pass plays to Lazard, to Marquez Valdez-Scantling. You saw that Rodgers to Adams connection get clicking early and often during the start of the game. I was very impressed with our start during the first half. What kind of changed a little bit was, I would honestly say, that 4th-and-1 call when we were inside the 5. I don't know what play LaFleur was trying to run. I think he got too cute with it when it was like the design play where you saw the receivers go in motion. I thought that was too much motion. I felt like all you simply had to do was either QB sneak it with Rodgers or hand it off to A.J. Dillon or Aaron Jones, and you've been just fine. But for the most part, everything's been good. I even loved our defense getting a takeaway. I love that Jair Alexander interception in the first half. But like Jimmy mentioned, when it came to the second half, the defense has kind of let down a little bit. Granted, we're still ahead starting this fourth quarter, which is all we can ask for. And like Jimmy mentioned, I am a little nervous as well, but we're moving the ball down the field again, which is great. I believe we're even close to the red zone. So if we could find a way to cash in a touchdown and try and go up by 10 points, I think my nerves will start to ease off a little bit. But for now, this is definitely a drive to where you have to get 7 just so you could try to keep the Niners out of reach.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we have some comments in the comment section right now from Golden Hour. We'll start with after embarrassing take, Ethan, which I still agree with, by the way. You can't insult the Eagles when you barely win one game and haven't won a Super Bowl since the 80s.
And another thing,
this is made. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. Earth to Jimmy. I don't think I can hear him a bit.
I was just gonna say one negative thing I could say about Aaron Rodgers is his red zone efficiency this year, or this game rather. Like Matt was saying, like the down the field passes have been beautiful, like great, what you expect from Aaron Rodgers. But these red zone passes, they've just been.
And by the way,
I say that, and then we score in the red zone. But
that is a touchdown for Green Bay. Valdez-Scantling with the touchdown, and the Packers extend their lead. By the way, Ethan just left for a minute. Hopefully he'll be back. But you can't insult the Eagles when you barely win one game. They will surely be last in the NFC North for sure, which I will make clear to Ethan by the end of the night. And, of course, if you need a shout-out for the show, do you mind the shout-out comment, Matt, if you put that up there? If you want a shout-out for a show in the Unwrapped Sports Network, feel free to put it in the comments, and we'll shout your show. We're all about family here in Unwrapped, so we make sure to help another show out as well. So touchdown for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The Packers extend their lead over the 49ers. And the score right now is, if we put on the score, 24-14. And yes, Aaron Rodgers is throwing, but he's throwing touchdowns, as Golden Hour has another comment in there, as he says, Rodgers, I love you. And
one thing I will say, Jimmy, that was a beautiful throw. Just perfectly over the defender's hand.
Yeah, that was
just straight into
right as I was down in his red zone efficiency, like he throws the touchdown pass in the red zone. So yeah, eat my words right off the bat.
Now, but one thing I will say that I'm very impressed with is I'm impressed with MVS being able to catch the ball. As many Green Bay Packer fans know, last year MVS was very on and off. He would make these spectacular 40, 45-yard bomb catches. And then the next play, it's an easy, wide open 5 or 6 yard pass, and he drops it. So far, what I've loved out of this game is he's been very consistent catching the ball. And even for the first 3 weeks, he's been very consistent catching the ball. So I've been very impressed with his ability. And in all honesty, I think right now this is the best game the Green Bay Packers have played so far from start to finish. Like, we've seen the highs for the Green Bay Packers. We've seen we've seen the Jair Alexander interception. We've seen Aaron Rodgers throw countless touchdowns like we just saw the one at MVS. And we've also kind of seen some lows to where the Niners in the second half, you get that allow the Trey Lance touchdown, and then you have the Ayuk touchdown. But so far, we've been able to keep it in check.
Yeah, definitely. So we're back in commercial break.
Yeah, and earlier
Oh yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
Go ahead.
So yeah, we're
I
back
think
in
I'm on the
commercial.
way. But yeah. I yield. Go ahead, bud.
Okay. So as we go back into commercial break, let's take a look at the Packers for next week. Who do you guys play next week, Wise Cheese?
We play the Pittsburgh Steelers at home at Lambeau Field.
Yeah. How confident do you feel in that game against the Steelers, which they just came off a loss today, but they're still a tough team?
Very confident. I feel very confident against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben looked like he was out of gas. I would honestly say the only thing that I would be utmost concerned with would be how the Packers offense responds against the Steelers defense. Because the Steelers defense is known for being one of the better defenses in the NFL. Obviously, they did not have a strong show against the Bengals, but that would be my honest concern. I'm not worried about the Steelers offense at all. I mean, Big Ben is pretty much down to his last legs. Najee Harris had an okay game. The one thing that's haunted the Packers for many years has been our run defense. So my honest concern for the Packers is how we contain Najee Harris, and then the Steelers defense, how will they come back? If our offense could slice and dice the Steelers defense, we're gonna have no problems in that game.
Definitely, Jimmy.
I'm not worried about the Steelers. I'm not worried about the Steelers at all either. I think Ben is well past his prime. Loved him when he was good, but last few been god awful miserable. And I think he's done. Like Matt said, I don't expect a lot from the Steelers offense. If anything, maybe the Steelers defense. They do have some guys down there that can, cause some problems. So maybe the Steelers defense may give us fits, but I don't have them keeping up touchdown wise. I think about probably 2 scores.
Definitely. Matt, any other thoughts about the Packers?
Just right now, so far, been very impressive. I love what I see so far from this game. And as I say that, there's a flag thrown, most likely PI on the defense. One thing I will say, though, is I've been very impressed with how the rookie Eric Stokes has been playing so far in this game. Even though he's had a couple calls that went against him with the PI calls, I think for the most part, this defense has been playing better with him in. Instead of burnt toast Kevin King and as the corner slot, I think Stokes has earned it. I think Stokes has owned that CB2 spot. And if we're being quite honest here, our defense has looked much better with him in compared with Kevin King in. When Kevin King is in, he always gets burned at least 2 to 3 plays a game. And the defense just doesn't look the same. But once Eric Stokes is in the game, our defense looks much better, much more poised, and seem to make the big plays. I mean, you look at when Eric Stokes is in, Jair Alexander gets an interception. But when Kevin King is in, a touchdown is scored and he's slipping and falling.
Mm-hmm. And before
big time first down for me right there.
All right, I definitely agree. Before we get back into the game, I want to shout out the sponsors one final time. This show is a show for the Unwrapped Sports Network. Please check them out on Twitter, Instagram. Check out the fellow shows that are also part of the network, including mine, and we'll do that in the last 2 minutes. We'll read off everyone's shows that's on here tonight. And also check out my bookie. So actually, no, let's do this first. Shop at teespring.com/store/unwrap. That's our shop. Our VIP program is $10 on Patreon. $5 you can get also benefits there for Patreon as well. Gamble at www.mybookie.ag. Code USN100 for 100% sign up bonus. That's our official gambling partner. They have the parlays. They have it all. rxhemp.com/code rxhemp-USN for 10% off your order. If you're like Ethan Carbone and are pained by losing, and or especially Caleb Skinner with his loss to the Bucks, you may need some hemp cream to soothe all that pain away. And believe me, from multiple testimonials within the network, the product works. It treats pain, and it treats pain at the source. So if you want pain to go away, your bones are creaking and your back is aching, please go to rxhemp.com and use our code rxhemp/USN for 10% off your order. Whew, that was a lot to say. All right, back to the game. So we have a score update, 24-14, Packers over the Niners. And as we take a look at the Yahoo Sports app where I'm streaming it from, we are at commercial break. So, Matt, the floor is yours. What do you want to talk about?
I'd honestly say what I like to talk about is just simply how the Green Bay Packers have been pretty much getting control in this game. You know, before this game started, I went into this game as a Packers fan knowing when this Niners defense is fully healthy, last time we played them fully healthy, we got absolutely slaughtered. Whether it was regular season or in the 2019 NFC Championship game when that defense was fully healthy, we got slaughtered by 17 points. So I held out hope. I was just simply waiting until like they prove me wrong. Like I'm gonna stay with this like 49ers squad, possibly beating the Packers until Green Bay proves me wrong. And I will say, so far as of this point, through about three and a half quarters, there's about 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So far, they've proved me wrong. So far, the Green Bay Packers have played very well. They've kept the 49ers offense in check, and they've been very well. So overall, as a team, I'm very proud of what I've seen from the Green Bay Packers. Even though it is only week 3, we have become strides better than in week 1. Because in week 1, I think Jimmy and I can both agree it was terrible watching week 1, especially with all of our offseason drama that we had. And then to lay a performance out like that, it was pretty pathetic when you only score 3 points in week 1. And you allow the Saints to score 38 points, who their replacement QB after Drew Brees was a guy in Jameis Winston who last started had 30 for 30. So to see this team progress, I'm very proud of. Had a dominant performance in week 2, and then so far to this point, have played very well in week 3. I've liked how this team has played. I love how the offense has been flowing for most of the game. It's been pretty smooth from start to finish. There really hasn't been, any, I guess, big breaks to where this offense just hits a cold front, because sometimes in previous years, we've seen the Packers start hot and finish cold. We've seen them start cold and finish hot. So far for this game, we've started hot and we've stayed, for the most part, consistent. For most of our offensive drives, we've been able to move the ball down the field, and, our defense has made some big plays. So that's honestly what I'm most impressed with, is how we're facing up against a team again in the 49ers where they're in the most competitive division in the NFC. And we're up by double digits against them. It gives me good confidence throughout the season whenever we have to play those tough opponents later on the season, when we have to play Arizona on a Thursday, or the Seahawks at home at Lambeau. Same thing with the Rams at Lambeau. And it gives me confidence when, if we play like this, when we face a team like the Baltimore Ravens late in the season, or even the Cleveland Browns, late in the season, it gives me confidence knowing that if we could keep pace with this 49er squad and hold them in check, we have a very good chance to have yet another successful season with the Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers tandem.
So bad snap there, 2nd and 6. And by the way, there is a Packers challenge, and the call stood. Jimmy, what did you think about that challenge there from Matt LaFleur?
I didn't catch much actual play, but I liked his little fake and then slamming it on him. That was funny. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. But backing off of what he was talking about a second ago, like at the beginning of the season, I was not high on the Packers at all. Like I thought we were going to be terrible, regardless of whether Aaron Rodgers or whether it was a certain quarterback. Chemistry was going to be there with all the chatter about how bad, Aaron Rodgers is screwing over the Packers. I thought this would get into the players' heads. And then week 1 came, and like he said, we can only squeak out 3 points, and it was painful. It was hard to watch, and I'm glad to see in these last 2 games it's starting to get back to Packers' fault.
Definitely. So we are back to for 2nd and 1 for Jimmy G, just near the 10-yard line. Looking like they're going to hand it off to they're going to do a fullback dive with Juszczyk, and it'll be a first down. So first down and goal for the San Francisco 49ers. Matt, you a little worried?
I would say slightly. Not too much worry of concern just because we have a 10-point lead. Even if they score a touchdown and they kick an extra point, we still have a 3-point lead. But I just want to see, if our defense could hold strong, try a bend but don't break philosophy, just to see, how we can do it. I mean, this is probably going to be 4-down territory for the 49ers, knowing that there's about 8.5 minutes left in the ball game. I would not be shocked if they went for it on 4th and goal. So my honest opinion here is just simply, how will this Packers defense hold? Can Joe Barry and company be able to hold the 49ers again inside the goal line, or will they break through and get another touchdown? That'll be, something we'll have to wait and see what happens. And they bring in Trey Lance, so let's see what kind of package the Niners have running.
This could be a run play from Trey Lance, as he is known to scramble a little bit. 2nd and goal, 8:04 left to go in the ball game, 24-14. They'll take the snap, 1 out wide, and as I figured, Trey Lance is running for it, throws, and a flag is out. He may have stepped beyond the line of scrimmage, but we'll see what the flag is. He actually may have been a solid yard behind.
They call holding on the defense.
So Jerome Boger calls holding on the defense with 7:51.
And the Oscar goes too.
Yeah, I will say Kittle definitely sold that. But if you're Sullivan, if you're in that situation, you can't do that. I mean, because you know the offense is going to sell it. Like you got to sell it. But
there's a hold. It's just funny because there's a hold on every single play, and it just cracks me up when these guys sell it. I mean, he got away with it, so. Yeah, it's okay.
So, touchdown San Francisco, 24-20. I didn't see who the touchdown was.
It was to Caleb Skinner's boy, Trey Sermon.
Oh, yes, that gets me fantasy points. Let's go. So Trey Sermon getting me fantasy points for a game that doesn't matter. I'll lose anyway. In that Unwrapped Fantasy League. Just so you know, I will beat Connie and will be the only 3-0 team in the Ultimate Fantasy Football League. So as Eric Hartman says, check my badge.
Yeah, we definitely will. One thing now is one thing I believe is for the Green Bay Packers, this offensive drive right here, this will be make or break. You have 7:48 left in the ball game. And my honest opinion, if you're the Green Bay Packers, you should strive for a long chewing of the clock type of possession and cash it in with a touchdown to put the game away.
Matt.
What?
Your transition was so funny. I just finished saying suck my balls, and you're like, yeah, we definitely will. It was so funny. I was like,
Oh.
wait, what?
I did not expect that because I thought you cut out for a hot second. So I just went into, since it was commercial break.
No, that was so funny. Oh my gosh. But yes, I will be the only 3-0 team in the Ultimate Fantasy Football League, which week 4, I think it's either this league or the next league. I will be playing Wise Cheese Matt Scora.
Oh, now I gotta look it up to see who I play.
So week 4 in the redraft league, I play Wise Cheese. And then in the Ultimate League next week, I play. I don't know who that is. That is like the. I can't even read that name.
Oh,
Chuck Chi Kenzie.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's one of my buddies.
Got it.
Here, I muted for a hot.
Okay.
I'm currently getting skunked by Michael Lawson, 160 points to 120 points. Like it's bad.
Oh yeah, let's take a
Devin
look.
Singletary did nothing for me, and Justin absolutely.
Oh yeah, so as we take a look at the standings, Jimmy Jones was saying that they are losing to Michael Lawson. That is correct. He will become 3-0. Jimmy will become 1-2. I will become 2-1 by the end of the week, and Score will also be 2-1.
No, I'll be 2-1, not 3-0. I got one win.
Yep. Oh no, I said 1-2 for you because you're going to lose this matchup. I said I will be 2-1, and then Cheese will be 2-1.
Ben,
yeah.
I go up against you in the redraft.
Yes, that's what I've been saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's for some of the dough, you know.
That is.
So that is an important win for me because I need to boost my playoff chances. By the way, do you know why I lost that game?
Why did you lose that game?
AJ Brown came out with an injury and got me 0.3 points.
Ooh, that's rough.
Then Robert Tonyan just put up a 1 burger. Nick Chubb put up an 8 burger, and still that they're barely skidding off for the win. That's embarrassing. So Dalvin and the Chipmunks, I don't know who that is, but they're going to become 2-1. So let's go back to the game.
That's half the fun of fantasy is like making.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying half the fantasy is just a name for me.
Yeah. So do we have a game update, Wise Cheese?
Yeah, my guy Devontae Adams just got rocked. It's incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 for the 49ers, and there should be a flag thrown for helmet-to-helmet contact, but no call, of course, because the refs don't like to call anything near the end of the game. So it's 2nd and 10, no call, which should have been a call, but there wasn't. Adams is still lying on the floor. They have the team doctors out there, and 2nd down and 10, 7:41 left in the ball game, and they had a commercial break. Once again, I'll say it before and I'll say it again. This has to be a drive to where the Packers have to cash in on points. You have to get points. You have to get a touchdown to put the game away, and the defense has to hold its ground more. The Packers' defense in the second half has not been as good as it is in the first half. And, you just hope for that, for this drive, the offense can just simply cash in.
Yeah, Jimmy, what are your feelings about this?
Ball's on the 25. Mason Crosby is not the kicker he used to be. Like, you got to go down and you got to score points. See, it's not just a let's get in field goal range and, kind of push this thing. No, like, you have to go down and score points. I mean, even with a field goal, I mean, you lose the touchdown. So, but yeah, like he said, Packers have to make the most of this opportunity, go down there, score some points, and put this game away. I mean, San Francisco, this game means a lot to them. Their conference is extremely tough. They're going to have a hard finding win inside. These games, it's not games like are so huge for them. And that's part of the reason why I was so scared about this game. Like, I was so nervous about this game because they need this game. Like, Packers might be able to get away with the loss here. The 49ers cannot afford it.
Definitely. So as we're still in commercial break, I guess we're gonna just do the shout outs for everyone's shows. So I'll start with Wise Cheese. Let's do some plugins. What do you have for us on the network?
Well, plugin that I have, my Twitter handle is at Matt_Skura, Instagram at Matt_Skura20.
Instagram.
Check out my sports podcast that me and my great friend Caleb Conant do called MCS Real Sports Podcast. We talk all things NBA and NFL related, and it's available everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, you name it. It's available everywhere. And even tune into Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. Every Sunday night football game, Ben and I plan on streaming, talking about the Sunday night game. And yeah, that is all the stuff that I do for just my stuff in general.
All right, Jimmy, let's hear your plugs.
Right now, the only thing I'm really working on is Unwrap Sports wrap up. I've been every week. Well, I did week 1, then week 2, done, crashed. I lost every. Well, I was not able to do week 2, but I will be back with week 3. Promise, I'm working on it as we speak. I've been taking notes and writing stuff the whole time, and I will have something another like. So many injuries last week. That was the bulk of what I was working on, and I'd gotten through all that when my computer crashed and I lost everything. But I'll go over some more of the injuries that happened last week and about Unwrap Sports.
All right, just make sure you're still there. Okay, good.
Twitter handle at.
Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy. So my podcast, the Liberty 4 Philly podcast, that is outside the network, but check that out. We just released a new episode today. The Curse of Billy Penn. These are the 2 best Philly sports podcasts out there. And then Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. I am heading into the city for the game, but it's a 1:00 game, so I should be okay to stream next week. And it will be Tom Brady's return to New England, to Boston, Massachusetts, or should I say Foxborough, Tampa Bay versus New England.
Yeah, well, so that's going to be a very exciting game for week 4. But before I get more into that, 3rd down and 10, Rodgers hitting up a deep pass, but it's incomplete. It is a 3-and-out for the Green Bay Packers. And it just seemed like ever since that big hit by Devontae Adams, it was pretty much a drive killer. Really couldn't get anything going. There's 7.5 minutes left in the ball game, and now we just got to hope that the defense makes a stand for the Green Bay Packers to try and give the offense back. And whether that be miscommunication by Rodgers or a misthrow by whether it was a miscommunication by Rodgers and Adams or just a misthrow by Rodgers, missed opportunity there as they punted away to give the 49ers an opportunity to take the lead for the first time pretty much all game. And as I'm following up the rest of my points for week 4 between the Pats and the Bucs, this is probably the most anticipated matchup of the regular season. Tom Brady's return home to Foxborough after 20 years of excellence in New England, 6 Super Bowls, many division titles, many conference championship appearances. nine AFC Championship game appearances, 6 Super Bowl wins. Just overall impressive career from the Patriots. First ballot Hall of Famer, where the GOAT originated from. And now he returns in Tampa in another uniform. And, it's going to be an exciting Week 4 game.
Absolutely. 7:18 left to go, 24-21. 49ers with the ball, 4th and 10, and they're deciding to go for it. 10 seconds on the play clock. Will they just try to draw them off sides here? No, they snap the ball. They pitch it out, and the Packers have it under wraps. That is going to be a turn. Oh, wait.
It was first down.
They literally just showed 4th down on the screen.
Hey, I wish it was 4th down.
Oh, my God. NBC, what are you doing to me?
I was confused. I knew I was on a lag, but I didn't know it was that bad.
I was also very confused. Second down and however many yards, because I don't know why they would run on 4th down in my silly little imagination. Play action pass, Garoppolo picked. Oh, no. Oh, I'm being flustered right now. Completed pass to Trey Sermon. There's a flag on the play. 6:32 left to go.
Yeah, and they call the flag roughing the passer. As Jair Alexander came in on a blitz, and it was almost just after Jimmy Garoppolo released the throw. I honestly don't know why they called roughing the passer. He barely even did anything at all. Just a slight contact, but nothing too severe.
They're going to say it.
All right, that's just – granted, you try to enforce the new roughing the passer penalty, but that's just something you shouldn't call. It's personally a bad call, but, call's a call and it happens. And, you just hate to see it because the Packers look good. They stopped them. It was going to be 3rd down, but now first down and close to midfield when all the 49ers need is just a field goal to tie the game and a touchdown to win it. They're in very good positions to have a chance to do so. As Jimmy Garoppolo, a handoff to Trey Sermon, as the Packers defense stops him short for no gain or about a loss of a yard. Definitely a good setup there. 2nd down and long for the 49ers.
All right, so we have the score: Packers 24, Niners 21. Again, if you missed all of the action, you can if you're just joining us now, you can also check the replay on the Unwrapped Sports YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the Unwrapped Sports YouTube. We're trying to grow that as our main market because all of our shows are on YouTube. They are the ones that you have on StreamYard like this. They will all be on YouTube. And we would like you to check out everyone's show from the Unwrapped Sports Network, as these are real people, real fans talking about sports. It's not those phony Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman. Believe me, if you're tired of those guys like I am, please check out our network.
Is it called tripping on the defense? What is that?
Well, I gotta see what they're tripping on.
I haven't seen a tripping penalty be called in 3 years.
It's because he stuck his leg out. That's why they call it tripping.
Ever.
I could see it, but he's pretty much being held. Man. He's pretty much being held by Juszczyk.
Again, I haven't seen a tripping penalty.
That's the most ridiculous call I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry. I'm not usually was like, oh, it's a garbage call kind of guy. Because I kind of get their point of view. That was a garbage-ass call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, especially when it looks like Juszczyk is holding him, and the only thing Amos can do is to stick a leg out and try to get a sack.
Yeah. Again, I haven't seen a tripping call in 5 years. Seriously. I haven't seen it in 5 years.
But the defense forced an incompletion in the next play, so I'm fine with it.
All right, so 2nd and 10, 5:08 left to go.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, is that a live ball? It sure is a live ball. And it looks like it's recovered by the Green Bay Packers. Well, let's see what they call it. But the refs let it go out. They let it play. And
I don't know.
It looks like a fumble because it looks like Jimmy G threw it behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, come on. That ain't a pass.
Yeah.
He fumbled that. Look at he pumped
he even pointed
back in his pocket and it fell out of his hand. That's a fumble. That has to be a fumble. There's no way you call that a pass. That's a clear fumble. There's no way. And so far right now, they say Green Bay ball 1st and 10. And what a great defensive play there, especially by none other than Kenny Clark. I mean, look at he brings the pressure. It looks like Jimmy Garoppolo just simply drops it. It doesn't look like a pass or anything. It looked like he went to pump fake it to put it back in his hand, and the ball just slipped out.
I think he was thinking about passing it and realized that he was going to get stuffed and tucked it away and lost it. Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what they're calling it. And in my opinion, from the 49ers, I don't think you throw a challenge flag on that play. And I think that's just simply now back for the Packers standpoint, you better cash in on some points.
There you go.
This is to where you put the dagger in the heart of the 49ers and just simply try and get some points. As we mentioned, Aaron Jones runs for a first down. This is exactly what we want. Chew the clock down.
That's what should have happened on that 4th and 1.
Exactly. Hey, you know what, Jimmy? We could run that play week 4 against Pittsburgh.
Please.
Week 4 against Pittsburgh, we'll run that play. But what I'm also impressed with is how the O-line has been able to hold up as well. Throughout the entire game, you've seen rookies like Jason Myers and even filling a guy like a John Runyon, fill in very well for the Green Bay Packers. And even without Elton Jenkins, for the most part of the game, Aaron Rodgers has had a clean pocket. Granted, I believe he got sacked once or twice, but for the most part of this game, what I've been impressed with is him being able to have time to make those big, deep passes like we've seen to Lazard, like we've seen to Valdez-Scantling. This Green Bay Packers O-line, for the most part, I have been very impressed with, especially with all the injuries that have hindered the line so far this year.
Yeah, I was looking at those earlier, and he only had 1 sack, so really line, to be honest with you. Part of this Packers team that was not real high on coming into this year, but today they've held up. Only one sack.
Mm-hmm. And we're getting it down here near crunch time. It is about 3rd and short, about 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the ball game. And if you're the Green Bay Packers, you need to convert this 3rd down here to put the pressure on the 49ers. And hopefully we do. Now, we are in Crosby's range, definitely doable, but you want to try and cash in on a touchdown here to try and put the 49ers away from this game.
You also want to run that clock down a little bit too. You don't want to leave too much time on there.
And it looks like the Green Bay Packers are calling a timeout. Their final timeout of the game, 2:47 left. Now, Jimmy, if you were Matt LaFleur and company, what kind of play would you try to run here? It's 3rd down and 4. You got 2:47 left in the ball game. Knowing the 49ers have a full slate of 3 timeouts, do you just simply go and pass it on the 3rd and 4? Or do you simply try and rely on Aaron Jones and say, hey, go get these 4 yards? Or do you look at it as a situation of, hey, this could be 4 down territory. Like, if we don't get this 1st down, we're going to go for it regardless.
I'm not a football coach, but I would probably something like a 5-yard slant, a tight end, Robert Tonyan would be great. Just get that 1st down, keep the clock running, and get closer range for Crosby if you need him.
All right. What about you, Ben? What would you do if you for the Packers offense, what kind of play would you draw up?
Do you know what I would try to do? It's like, what is it, for third down, like 3?
It was 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I would do like a jet sweep to Lazard. He's a quick dude. I would love to see that.
Mm-hmm. And as a quick play goes, it was 3rd and 4. Rodgers back to pass, trying to hit Devontae Adams, but just short, incomplete. So it is 4th and 4, trying to look for a PI call, but no avail. To no avail, as Crosby is out to kick a 38-yard field goal, which is good. The Green Bay Packers lead 27-21. And if you are the Green Bay Packers defense, do not break. And this will pretty much decide the ball game here. As we look at 2:39 left, the 49ers full slate of 3 timeouts, plenty of time to at least try and score a touchdown. And you know, for us Packers fans, this is where we hold our breath. This is where, you know, we go into the offseason and, you know, we look and see if our defense has improved. We got the new defensive coordinator hired, Joe Barry. We don't have Zadarius Smith. And now we just look at and see if our defense has improved or if it's just the same old Packers defense to where they let us down time and time again. So let's hope they improve, and let's hope we keep things going.
Definitely.
As here we have a touchback here, and this honestly is to where.
So how long is Darius out? Is he out for the season?
When you're put on IR, you could come back in 3 weeks. So he was put on IR in week 2, 3, 4. He could be back in week 5 or week 6. As here we go, about 2:40 left in this ball game. Jimmy Garoppolo back to snap. As they go, first play is a snap here. As they throw it, it was behind the line of scrimmage, but it is incomplete. As the target was to Deebo Samuel, the Packers defense showing up strong on that play. Definitely a fantastic play that we love to see out of the defense. And there's now 2:34 left, and it is now 2nd down and 10.
And I think this is a young team that's going to come in years. I mean, this year aside, like they've got a deep young team, and I've been really impressed with San Francisco all year.
Definitely. And then a 2nd down play, Jimmy Garoppolo passing to Deebo Samuel, and a great pass breakup by the rookie Eric Stokes. This was a huge play as it now sets up 3rd down and 10 as they show the replay again. Look at Eric Stokes just pretty much stride for stride with Samuel, turns around at the last moment to block it away. Perfect defense, perfect play. And I mean, you look at Jimmy Garoppolo even threw it on the perfect arm slot for Deebo Samuel. Just great defense by Stokes. And it's now 3rd and long.
Get him down.
And then
sometimes I forget I'm live and I yell. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. As a 3rd down and long play to George Kittle, and he makes a big play, moves it inside Green Bay territory. And this is exactly what you did not want from the Packers defense, is to allow a big play like that. And now the 49ers, they got the 2-minute warning, full set of 3 timeouts, and are in poised position to cash in for a touchdown. All right, that was hard. That's definitely a play you did not want to have happen, and it just looked like the defense was crossed up.
Absolutely.
So Ben, as a Philly fan, how does it feel to watch two fans sitting here this game?
Pardon me. Can you re-ask the question? Sorry about that.
I said, as a Philly fan, how does it feel to sit here and watch two Packers fans sitting here and sweat the end of this game?
I mean, normal for me because I have to sweat all the time watching our games. Have since 2018. 2017 was my glory years where I actually had some faith in this team. Before then was Chip Kelly, and now we are in the post Doug Peterson era where we have a really young head coach who may or may not know what he's doing. So we'll see. I have my sweat session tomorrow.
90% of what I know about Philly fans is they hate the Philadelphia Eagles.
We have a love-hate relationship. It's really complicated.
Philly.
But it's like that with all teams. Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, even the Union at times if you want to go into soccer. I mean, they're all disappointing in their very own special, unique way.
I hear first down at 10. Jimmy G.
So is
back to
everything
pass.
in Philadelphia like that?
Like everything sports-wise?
So is everything in Philadelphia like that? Or like you go to like in life, do you go to the grocery store and the grocery clerk's just like, this is the worst customer I've ever had?
So I'm not speaking for the city, but speaking for my specific Delco County, yes. The stereotypes are real about that county. There was what was I going to say? The stereotypes about Wawa and just the rowdy customers there. It's all true. I wouldn't say everything's bad. I mean, we have a lot of good stuff. I mean, we got the cheesesteaks. We have good pizza restaurants. We have good what do we have that's good? We do have nice tourist attractions, good place to walk around.
Cream.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, cream cheese though, that's in Wisconsin. That's not in Philly. We have Tasty Cake. That's what we have. We have Tasty Cake. If you haven't tried a Tasty Cake, go try Tasty Cake. I mean, Wawa is the best convenience store in the country. We have great attractions in Philadelphia, great food. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed about everything. I'm just disappointed about sports and how people in my city act.
It seems like the story of the night, once again, another third down conversion for the 49ers. I mean, Jai Alexander did everything he can against Deebo Samuel, and Deebo Samuel just flat out out-muscled him and got the better position as the Niners down at the Green Bay Packers 24-yard line. Minute 20 left to go in the ball game. See if they can make another stop here as it is into George Kittle, and he is inside the 5. Not inside the 5. Another first down just before the 10-yard line, nearing under a minute left in the ball game. Let's see if this Packers defense can make a stand here, and I am very nervous here, trying to keep my composure here.
You gotta throw a go here. I mean, no, done with everything he's wanted to do. Just throw to Deebo. Use check.
Guapo once again throws it into use check, and the 49ers score a touchdown with less than a minute to go. Definitely something you did not want to have happen, as the Niners have an opportunity for the first time today to take the lead in this game.
Man, my take's going to the garbage. Crap. Connie is going to be all over me. That's going to be lovely. So I'll be going to bed before I see any of the messages in the unwrapped chat before the end of the night.
As the 49ers, for the first time all game, take the lead, but the Green Bay Packers, no timeouts and 37 seconds left, have to try and score and get a touchdown. So, yeah, when you look at it, this was just poor. This was poor defense. You had 2 third-and-long conversions to try and win the game, and you didn't get the job done. Now, there's still plenty of time left in the game. There's 37 seconds left. You have Aaron Rodgers. All you have to do is get one big play, and you're in a golden opportunity. But this was definitely not what you have wanted.
Matt, I only trust 3 quarterbacks in 30 seconds or under competition time in the fourth quarter. Who do you think they are? I just said that really poorly, but guess who they are?
Well, there's Tom Brady, there's Aaron Rodgers, and there's Patrick Mahomes.
Those are my 3. That's it. And I would trust Aaron Rodgers here. He'll know what to do.
I mean, he's done I've seen him do crazier things, but it's a tall task nonetheless. 37 seconds left. The length of the field, basically.
Yeah, if I were the 49ers, I would kick it short, but they don't. Because if you kicked it short, like at the 10-yard line, Wise Cheese, that drains clock because you actually have to get him tackled. So there may have been 27 seconds on the clock at the 20-yard line instead of kicking a touchback.
Mm-hmm. And it's 37 seconds left. This is when you honestly have to have, in my opinion, 2 big plays that you have in mind and just simply go from there.
There's one. Get out. Timeout. No, we need timeouts. Never mind. Oh.
So that's when now you got to go up and clock it as a big play, like Jimmy mentioned, to none other than Devontae Adams. So
why did he run backwards? He literally ran back.
No, he tried to get out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's no timeouts left.
Oh, man. I feel like I've seen a broken Wise Cheese right here, right now. How are you feeling?
Definitely a little devastated. This was, we'll see what happens. So far a big play. Like we intended on. You have it down to midfield. You're in good position. We just have to get another big play and hope our line holds.
Definitely. So 20 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Aaron Rodgers, all receivers out, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. 2nd and 10, pass incomplete, 16 seconds on the clock. 3rd and 10, 2 more chances. That's it. And probably 2 more chances based on the clock as well. So you got to get a pass to the sideline, either get out of bounds.
Oh, go. And no, that was terrible. You don't have time. There's no time. Holy crap. Mason Crosby, the 49-year-old veteran, comes down to you, buddy.
All right.
He's not
it was a big pass play there. Oh my God! Let's see. Hey, let's see if the old man's got it, Jimmy.
Oh man.
Let's see.
All right, Jimmy. Since you seem to be ahead of all of us, give us.
54?
Yeah, Jimmy. Since you seem to be the one furthest ahead of us, you be the reaction man for us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was further. I've been on the.
Hey, no worries.
No worries, man.
I think I'm lagging the broadcast, though, is the funny thing.
Yep, that is indeed correct. So we have a thing of opposites here for Jimmy Jones.
Oh, man. I will say, if we could somehow get out if we could find a way to get out of here with the victory, man, this would be legendary. If we could find a way to get out of this one.
So it's a 51-yard field goal attempt. He's lining up on it right now.
Oh, come on,
It's
baby.
up and it's good. Pack
Yeah,
win.
baby. Good snap, good hold. Yeah, baby.
Woo.
That's what we're talking about. Hey,
Give
that's
it to
what
me,
Aaron
man.
Rodgers does. That's what he does. He finds a way to get the job done. Packers win 30-28, and that took some years off of my life. What a win by the Green Bay Packers. Jimmy, air 5 on that one.
I'm telling you.
Boom.
So
Dude, fucking Rodgers, man. He grabbed magic out of his ass and just threw 2 passes to none other than Devontae Adams. And Crosby just doing what Crosby does.
Devontae Adams.
God, dude, this is a huge win.
Yeah.
This was a huge win for the Green Bay Packers. Man, that was stressful, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, that was a heart stopper. That was the edge of your seat kind of thing right there. But Mason Crosby, luckily, he still got it in the tank to get one more 55-yarder out. Man, that was an ending for sure.
Hey, flashback of the Cowboys Packers divisional round. This was I will say this was a great win for the Packers, set them up at 2-1. They now control the NFC North as of right now, and in my opinion, giving them a confident win heading into Week 4 when they got to play the Steelers at Lambeau Field. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, you got the 49ers, and man, this is a heartbreaker for the 49ers. I mean, you come back from down 17-0 to take the lead, and you lose a heartbreaker like that, knowing that the Seahawks won, the Rams won, and the Cardinals won. So now you're sitting there at 2-1, and you're not in first in the division. That's a heartbreaker loss for the 49ers. But Jimmy and I don't care about that because our Green Bay Packers are 2-1, and we got ourselves a big win.
yes, sir. We have 2 happy cheeseheads on this stream, and we will be coming to you live next Sunday from Boston, Massachusetts, or, of course, here virtually in my home. It'll be Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus New England Patriots. But for now, we're going to be signing off. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and we'll see you next Sunday at 8:25.
That's right.